Hello, I'm Corey Moss with Convergent AV. We are here at Stewart Filmscreen at InfoComm 2017. So, to my right, that's my partner, Katye McGregor Bennett with KMB Communications. How you doing, Katye?
I'm doing so great. It's the last day. We've got hours left. We're out of here.
It's the last day. I got my Nikes on. I tell you, it's all good. I tell you that. To my left is the CEO of Stewart Filmscreen, Shannon Townley. How you doing,
Yes.
Shannon?
I am delighted to be here like you. Very happy it's the last day, but excited about the progress we've made. You're catching me at a moment of a little bit of coarseness in my voice, which could be from the talking or from other sundry things that may have happened this
We
week.
may even get into the other sundry
May have
things,
happened,
you know?
may not have
Who
happened.
knows?
We're not
may have,
telling.
may not.
Maybe.
We're not in Vegas, though, you remember.
That's
okay?
true, so it doesn't stay here.
That's right. So anyway, we're here with Stewart Filmscreen, and the first thing to talk about is momentous. It's the 70th anniversary. You know, you've had people coming up wishing you a happy anniversary. All right, and you said that's been very meaningful for you. Shannon, go ahead and talk about that.
Well, it is. It's just quite a legacy with the Stewart family. We have the fourth generation that was actually here this week as well. They're excited and feel super stoked about everything that we've got going on to prepare the company for the fourth generation. But what's incredible is how many people would just walk into the booth and say, I worked on Pat Stewart with this, and I saw Grant when we were working on this, and you walk around and you see some, competitors, some friendly, some not so friendly, but they will all attest to the fact that many of the innovations you see around film screens, they started in Torrance, California with Pat Stewart thinking, how do I solve this? And just kind of went from there. So It's been incredible, and I'm thrilled to sort of carry on the torch and bridge the gap between what was the third generation and the fourth generation, which will be coming in soon.
Right. Yeah, so many generations, and Stewart Filmscreen, and just Stewart Filmscreen in itself and what it's meant to the AV industry. And you've had certain products launch at ISE, very big profile, and it looked like all went very well, and it's all come here. And we're going to talk about those. This has to do with one of them that's launching here, and you're going to tell that story too. But before you get to that, let's talk about.
I have to wait.
You have to wait. I'm sorry.
Keep looking
I
at
know
it.
you want to do it, but we're going to wait. All right.
So keep them focused. Do it this way. It keeps them focused.
It keeps you focused. That's right. It keeps you focused on the screens to start. Anyway, let's talk about those screens.
Yeah.
All right. And you brought some real good stuff and some great things happening there. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. On the fabric side of it, we launched a product called Phantom Hailer at CEDIA last year, and we've now carried that through to ISE and now commercially here at InfoComm.
Right.
And we believe we're actually creating a category, right?
Yeah.
There is incredible amount of discussion around the idea of ambient light rejecting screens, and we believe we've added highly, ambient light rejecting to that. So that's what Hailer stands for, high ambient light rejecting. But our whole idea was to not bring anything to the table until we felt like it was groundbreaking.
Right.
So with Phantom Hailer, you can roll it up, you can make it in formats of 40 by 90, seamless, which nobody can do. You can micro-perfect for acoustic transparency. And the whole idea behind it is to get multi-directional deflection of the light.
Right.
Many of our competitors will do demonstrations where they put the light in a violent manner directly up above the screen, and it does an incredible job deflecting from that angle.
Right.
From our view, that's not the most practical way in which folks are going to enjoy a screen like this or immerse themselves in it. It's going to be in corporate settings where there's light coming out from a hallway or a window, or an angle that's on a light coming down at a different angle. So we developed it in order to deflect all of those sorts of directional light, and we think we've done an incredible job. In fact, the feedback we've received has been phenomenal.
That's what it's all about.
That's
really.
it.
I tell you, it's the feedback and the people coming to the booth and just having those what we even call aha moments when they see these products and solutions, and I'm sure that's been happening a lot. And we're talking about screens, but I know you want to get to this bottle.
You're going to make me wait again.
No, well, all right, maybe just for a minute. All right, but we're going to let Katye talk a little before we get to that. So go ahead, Katye, talk about what's going on.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you. So kind of talk through a little bit about the other side of the evolution of Stewart Filmscreen, and where's the company going? The new materials, the new cases, the new focus on sort of the internal workings and really looking at refining the line, right? So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a great question, right? We were talking just before the interview, and Corey actually made a great point, which I'm going to take full credit for here in a second. But the reality is this, right? And we talked about the 70 years, as other our competitors, some friendly, some not, have tried to find ways to expand their business. For 70 years, we've been focused on one thing, and that's film screens, right? And I think that's really what is going to continue to set us apart from everybody else in this space and in this category, because we want to deliver the best film screens, the best enclosures, the best coatings at a very high quality. And so that's what we've been focused on. In the last year, since I came on board, in fact, my first day was an interview like this about a year ago, and I had no ability to really talk about film screens. So I muddled through 10 minutes of mostly this, which is why I have this here, just in
but
case.
You didn't have
just
10
in
minutes
case.
Of this.
We're going to get to this, I promise.
But we've added an incredible number of folks to our team as part of long-term investments in engineering, in chemistry, in R&D. As you know, we make our film screens from a molecular level, which is also something that sets us apart. But our team, the sales team, the engineers, the solutions group, we have become very focused in creating a product roadmap that are fixing pain points, right? We don't want to just create stuff for the almighty revenue dollar. That's great, and we've had a very successful run. We want to deliver stuff that actually has practical application in the marketplace. So we're not going to design something unless if we've seen or we've heard a pain point, right? Our new Cascade enclosure that you see up above me here, not the camera, but we were getting feedback that our torrent, which was also award-winning, was sometimes a little bit large for certain regress areas in urban settings and in older university settings where the buildings weren't built just as they are today.
Right.
And so we reduced the volume of the torrent by 56%, kept the stability using a little bit smaller inner roller, and the consultants have just been like, man, that's now that you've got the torrent for the large scale stuff, and you can actually deliver a smaller version of that for some of these applications we've talked about. It's really great to see you do that, and so they see it again in the marketplace as us responding to pain points, not just saying, hey, here's something new, let's add that to your list of things that we want you to buy.
Right, and where that's concerned, being in integration myself for all that time, I do understand those pain points, and certainly talking to that makes a big difference.
Right,
There's no question about it. Should we let him?
I think, he's stayed
Is it
focused.
time?
He's been on point.
He
He's
has.
got all of them.
It's kind of a reward, I would
should.
guess. All right, Shannon, let's get to this, the big moment. Tell us all about it.
Well, as they say, right, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff, right? And so our partners at Pufferfish brought us this. You may have been in the booth or see behind us the spherical demonstration that we've put on. And our part in the process involves the coating, but the guys at Pufferfish have a real desire to also bring ingenuity to the marketplace. The spherical market is something that's really becoming much more popular. And so as partners, we wanted to collaborate and figure out how we could come together and show the market sort of in a best of breed setting how we could allow folks to become more immersed from a video standpoint. And so you think about large corporations that want to show their global reach, you think about museums, you think about other things. Incredible visual way to demonstrate stuff.
Right.
So we've been working with the folks at Pufferfish for many years, but our relationship in the last year since I've come on board and seen the need for much closer collaboration in our partnerships, this is the culmination of really 10 months of activity. And so I gave them space in the booth, and they gave me this lovely bottle that I'm going to be able to take
that's
home.
fair trade if you
I say
ask
that's
me,
fair
right?
trade.
Right?
I am so looking forward to it. In fact, I will say I do happen to have 3 cups.
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
Well, we are going to wrap up and then we're going to do this, okay? But anyway, this has been great, Shannon.
Has been good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Okay, Katie, thank you.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, all good.